Hi friends, welcome back to my channel iQOO. In today's video, I'll do the display comparison between the Moto Edge 20 versus the POCO F3 GT device. So these are the most requested question from the beginning of launch of the Edge 20 device, asking me to compare these both phones, and finally just today only I did receive my Moto Edge device, and in this video let's compare both displays side by side. So which display looks really good, that is what I am going to exactly tell in this video. The main reason is because the Moto Edge 20 has got the 10-bit AMOLED panel, 144Hz refresh rate, 576Hz touch sampling rate. POCO F3 GT has got the 120Hz refresh rate, 144Hz, 120Hz refresh rate, and 10-bit color panel and 480Hz touch sampling rate. So slightly change in terms of the touch sampling rate. So apart from that, I did not notice much kind of difference between both phones, and now this video is going to be really very in-depth comparison between both phones displays. By watching this, you will definitely understand which phone has got really good display. So both have 10-bit color panel. Now let's see what is the default settings option it's available in both devices. Let's explore to the display section. So let's see what is the options, what is the color saturation levels you can actually select in both phones. Let's go to the advanced. First, let's take a look at the Moto phone. And in case if you want to try to follow the playlist which I created for the Moto Edge 20, this playlist you can find a lot of videos already I did upload, so which will give the clear idea whether you should buy it or not. And here let me just show you a couple of things about the display in terms of the color saturation levels. So here's the option which is called the colors. Try to click on the colors. So there's an option which is called natural colors and saturated colors. As you can see, you can actually increase between cool and warm how you want it as well. But right now I'll try to use the saturated, that's the default which I'll try to select. Apart from that, I cannot find any other configuration to increase any kind of saturation at all during this process. As you can see, nothing at all I cannot see. And where is the POCO F3 GT, you do have lot of customization, it's like 5 to 10 times more than the Moto Edge 20. As you can see here, so many enhancement options, lot of enhancement options which are present in the POCO F3 GT device. So these are the default settings between these both phones. Now we got to know exactly what is happening between the both displays. Now let's take a look at the calibration. So which phone is calibrated what type of manner. For that I need to turn off the studio light effects, so then we'll try to use the application. So right now, as you can see friends, let me show you exactly the brightness. In both phones I did select the 100% brightness, as you can see, completely full brightness levels. And first we need to take a look at the calibration, how the both phones are calibrated. So first let's try to show you the colors, how they look. Let me turn on the studio light effects as well, so you'll be able to see how it is in the lighting condition between both phones comparison side by side. And without studio light also I need to show you the differences. Let me try to turn on a little bit kind of lighting, so you'll be able to understand slightly better. So let's try to repeat the same test, calibration comparison. Both phones not bad. As you can see, the display calibrations are really good. So at this point I cannot see much kind of difference, but I need to do one more thing. I need to completely turn off all the lights and see how the both phones will perform. So here we go friends, completely all the lights are completely dim with a full brightness we are testing right now. Moto Edge 20, you can see the navigation bar buttons, which is what type of phone. And this we need to test even with the low brightness as well. Let's do the low brightness, minimum brightness test. So this is with the minimum brightness test, lowest of the lowest possible. As you can see, minimum, both phones are really good in the lowest brightness. I did not see any kind of changes or any kind of color bleeding issues at this moment. In both phones, these are the initial impressions, but Moto has got slightly less, I think, brightness, little bit, just a little bit, just not much. That I can definitely notice in the camera. Now let's start playing the same video in both phones friends. So now you'll be able to see how is the difference between the colors and saturation levels. So top one is the POCO F3 GT, which you can actually see the notification panel as well. This is the POCO F3 GT, and bottom one is the Edge 20 as well. So this is with the complete dark, as you can see, and this video is not editing in any part. I did not increase any kind of colors or anything, so this video I won't be editing any colors. That's what I meant. So right now, as you can see, both phones, they look really good. I mean, close to each other. If you try to observe, not much difference. As you can see friends, let me slightly zoom in a little bit kind of more pixels between both phones. Top view, you can see it clearly. not bad. So both phones are looking slightly close to each other, friends, in terms of the display. Nothing much major complaints, but I need to do the green tint issue testing as well. So very soon I'll try to do the green tint issue. So stay tuned for those videos in case if you're interested in the Moto H20. But right now it was looking really great watching both phones. Not any issue at this point. As you can see, friends, clearly, no problem at all. So let's turn on the studio light effects and let's see what's going to happen. Is the lights turned on with the full brightness? Let's see which display will be clearly visible at this moment. Because the Moto Edge got slightly less brightness than the POCO F3 GT, that might be the reason. Right now, as you can see, friends, both phone displays are slightly kind of close to each other, nothing much major problem. Let's check with the low brightness mode, completely low brightness, which phone can actually show the low brightness signals. So at this moment, both phones are kind of really very close in terms of the low brightness, nothing much major difference. As you can see in the low brightness mode, not bad. So these are the quick comparison, friends, between both phones in terms of the display, regarding both displays. And in case if you have any other queries regarding the both phones, let me know in the comment section below. Definitely I'll do my best to post the video as soon as possible for all of you. And always follow the playlist, friends, which will give you the clear idea what is going on between the both phones. So in case if you have any other queries, let me know in the comment section below. But till now, both displays are really close to each other in terms of the color saturation and everything. But there are a couple of other things you should know. By default, the touch sampling rate in the POCO F3 GT will be enabled to the maximum. So you can get the maximum touch sampling rate in the POCO F3 GT. But in the Motorola UI, I mean in this Moto UI, in this right now by default it's not enabled to the high touch sampling rate. You need to use the game enhancement, which is a game toolbar, to increase the touch sampling rate in the Moto H20. That's the one thing which I did notice, and I did make a separate video as well explaining how to do that as well. So make sure to check that video in case if you want to increase the touch sampling rate in the Moto H20. And this is a quick comparison, friends, between both phones. I think you got a clear idea what is going on between the both displays. So both phones, they look completely fine in terms of the color saturation levels and the color reproduction. There's not a major difference, I would say, at this moment regarding both phones. And that's it, friends. Thank you for watching, and I'll definitely do the outdoor visibility test as well, comparing both phones, which phones looks really good in the outdoor. That's another biggest concern for a lot of other users, asking me to compare the outdoor visibility. So very soon I'll try to compare the outdoors visibility as well. So make sure to stay tuned for those interesting topics which I'm going to definitely cover in the upcoming videos. And one more final thing, I just want to conclude that both phones displays are really good in terms of the screen size. Same size of screen size, only 6.67 and 6.7 inches. Not much difference regarding both phone screen sizes, but still they were able to display the really good images in both phones. And both are really big phones, friends, not a very small phone. So you cannot hold in single hand usage. It's not that convenient. That's another thing which I thought of just mentioning, and I forgot, and I thought of making a video. And don't forget to follow the playlist, friends. And thank you for watching, and see you in the next video, friends. I'll stay tuned for more updates. Meanwhile, signing off. Bye.